Good afternoon folks, this is Catherine here, January 2018, here in the garden, hot sunny afternoon, here we go. And we're talking about Aeoniums today, or Aeoniums. And I was just happening to be in a nursery the other day and I had a look at these and they were $20 each for ones. Here's one I prepared earlier. It was in a slightly bigger pot than that and the heads on it were a little bit big, about $20. This is the black or very dark red form, which tend to need to, you've got to keep the sunlight nice and bright on these, otherwise they'll sort of revert to green. And they can even revert to green even if you just have a winter or a real cloudy spell in summer. The head on them normally looks about this big. These ones are a little bit, I think they've been a bit pot bound and that anyway. It's a kind of a succulent thing, a bit like a cactus without spines. It's succulent, stores water in its stem. It's quite a soft, sappy stem. They snap off in the wind easily. In colder climates you can grow them as an indoor plant or in a very protected patio, kind of indoor porch or something. Here in Christchurch you can grow them outside, but sometimes they die in winter. Now, as I say, a slightly bigger one than that in a nursery was $20. The green one's a bit cheaper, they probably go for $15. The green form's a bit more common and a bit more vigorous, because of being green it's more vigorously making use of the sun to do all its little photosynthesis things. So this one's either snapped off or I cut it off. It was probably a wee bit droopy and I broke it off. Then I then left it just sitting outside for a month, just a month in the sun in the garden somewhere, sitting up on something, on a bench or something. Because what you really want is this end where it's snapped off or where you've snipped it with your secateurs. You want this to be totally dry, otherwise like rot can get in there and kill it. So they won't die anytime soon from not being watered or from drying out, but they will die very quickly if rot type things get in them. And indeed that's generally what happens when these things grow for a bit, and one day they'll get a bit of rot in this, around the bottom here, this will rot and this thing will fall over, and if you can cut it back to a healthy part, let it dry out and replant it again, and some of the top will live. So yeah, that's the kind of thing. Sometimes they put it down a few little roots from the roots come out here, little hairy rooty things. But they're quite hardy in their own way. Well, they're certainly hardy with respect to lack of water, drought tolerance. So there we go. If you are doing Aeoniums, if you go to a friend's place, they got one, they can give you a piece. You get a piece like this, break it off, let it dry up for 2 weeks or a month, whatever, and then plant that in a pot with your potting mix. If you've got a range of potting mixes, you could use one that specifically says for cactus or something like that. Otherwise, any free draining potting mix, if you've got the opportunity to mix it with extra sand, that'll do, but otherwise just a free draining potting mix, and don't water it too often. Make sure it doesn't sit in water. If it's in a saucer, make sure it's always drained quite through, so that it's not sitting in water. And there we go, Aeonium. It's spelt with like an AE or an EA or something. I think we'll blame the ancient Greeks for that, maybe, I'm not sure. But there we go. And so I'm going to pot this one up in just a minute, as I've just been doing the bamboo, so the bamboo's on the earlier video. Alright, this is Catherine. I've still got to finish off with some of the bamboo and finish off with this, get this one planted. Okay, see you, bye.